All right, and let's get into it. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2, and we are live. Hope everyone's doing well on this Thursday. Special day for me. I have a baby on the way, and today we're gonna check out what's going on. BLZ, man. Okay, let's get into the talks. Let's get into what's going on. And let's get into the markets right off the bat. This market started crazy. Today was insane. Okay, right off the bat, it was an insane day. I woke up, my account was at an all-time high, doing really well. Was like, wow, I want to crack 20,000. I'm at 19,300. Really want to crack that 20,000. And basically, what I do is I have a short-term, long-term swing trade. I have like 5 different accounts. My Binance, Coinbase, all different accounts. Now, we're trying to just push the limits, right? Now, this was interesting yesterday. Okay. So we had BLZ in a falling wedge, 68% chance of a break to the upside. We broke out of the wedge in the pink here. We had the blue cross well below the equator, which is really, really nice. The blue cross is good anywhere, but you definitely want it below the equator. You tend to get more of a move, just more space for it to grow on the MACD, moving average, convergence, and divergence if you're not sure. Okay. Now, this is for beginners too. A lot of people just trying to show you what's going on. You want moving, you want MACD, RSI, and you want price action and volume. You add indicators by going here, indicator. See the 5MA, type in 5MA, lose the inlander, use this one right here. And I've starred the ones that I like, so they come up. My favorites come right up immediately. You have candlestick pattern, public library, but I had MACD strategy, 5MA, okay? Those are what you're going to add right there for now. You got to start at the basics, because if you keep adding too many things, you're going to get lost in it all. Okay, so I've been in BLZ now since 13 at around, I thought I was going to break out of this bull flag here. Fell back down, I held it. Ended up getting out halfway because I saw something else that I wanted to, but I kept 50% in, which is now technically up. I'm at break even. Right now, let's just check what's going on. Can't believe how fast the account's swinging, man. This is nuts. So we have BLZ up 10%, 256 on a $2,500 call. So pretty good, strong representation. We've been here before, though, like twice in the last 2 days. I just been like, it's tough, right? The swings. But we do see that huge greed candle taking over on the 4-hour. That's a giant candle. Also was being propped up by Bitcoin. Bitcoin making big moves. With a MACD cross coming, we got saved here by this 200-day moving average. Pretty cool, honestly. The bulls were back in town right here because we were about to start falling down pretty hard. Also, though, look for a bearish retest. Did we come back to the top of this? And then we're done. That's kind of what happened here. Look, bearish retest. Came to the top. We were done. So could it happen again? We kind of had a bearish retest of this line too. Kind of came up here and we came back down. So could this be a bearish retest? Like, it'd be a perfect place to short, honestly. But I do see the MACD turning up. Blue line clean, one level on the histogram. But look, we did that before here. We had one spike up and then it kind of was not maintained, right? So, and let's see, do we see that anywhere else? There was one right there, but that was maintained. That wasn't. And this is wicking. How high do we go already? We went to 5,989. We got a bit of a pullback there. Let's look at the 15-minute just to give you an idea. All right, well, big move for Bitcoin, okay? We did break through this resistance here at 11,500. Very strong psychological and just regular resistance. We have our next set of resistance here at 11,650. We need to break that. So today I'm looking for us to either break 11,650 or go back down to 11,500. We go below 11,500, I'm looking for 10,500. We break above 11,650, we create a new base. Hopefully we can create some support at 11,500. That becomes our new bottom and we begin to grow. Tackle that 12,000 for the third time. Look, 1, 2, 3. Can we make it? Can we get back into the channel as well? I'd like to see us get back into the channel. That would kind of propel us, into the idea that we will get back to the top. We had a double bottom on the RSI. Now we have basically a triple bottom on the RSI on that 15-minute. Let's look at the 3-day, tell you where Bitcoin is headed. See, on the 3-day, we have a MACD cross coming. We're oversold slightly, and we're rolled over on the RSI. These aren't good signs for me, honestly. Like, if I was going to make a trade, I definitely wouldn't make a trade here. This isn't my my checklist, right? I have a checklist that I go through, and it's very important that I hit that checklist when I'm trading. Sorry, what just happened there? Thank you. Restore me, bro. Okay. The new... Always something going on, man. All right, I got the live stream window. Okay, cool. I just wanted to pop out the chat. Things be popping. Yo, yesterday was tough, though. I was watching your Adam call. I mean, your Adam buy. I have to say, I don't want to tell you what to do a lot, but I wasn't a fan of the Adam buy that you made. Like 100%. Like it didn't hit my checklist, right? Like, we should be hitting the checklist every time, right? Now, let's just get into Adam and see what's going on. He's one of my best subscribers here, XRP user, on every day. He's basically, I make mentoring him, kind of bringing him up to speed as fast as I can as to where I am in trading, so he can make a killing, you know, life-changing wealth right here. Well, let me just stick on Bitcoin. I jump around a little bit, but I'll stick on Bitcoin. Again, we really need to hold 11,500. I said that before. If we don't, there's really 10,500 could be back in the cards. This could be just a little bit of a bump up. It's actually just, like I said before, it could end up being a bearish retest, meaning we tried to get back to the trend line and then we got rejected. So we really need to crawl back into the pattern. It's extremely important we get above this yellow line today. If we don't, hopefully we range, which is good for altcoins, which is fine. But I don't know, man. It's sketchy, you know. Big news for Bitcoin. I think the reason why Bitcoin's up right now in the catalyst is Fidelity. Let's get into the news with Fidelity because it's huge, and we gotta talk about it. I feel like I could zoom in more. Yeah, this is better, right, guys? Like, you see more. This is better, and I should have the mic more a lot closer to my face. There you go. I really like that narrative feeling, like you're on a podcast there. Okay, so it all matters, right, guys? Everything matters. Audio, everything, it's got to be perfect. Can we get to an all-time high? We are 9,363 now. I was at 379 when I started. Can you believe that? Open my account at 19,379 today at like 6:30 in the morning. Okay, came back, did a few things, watched my account go all the way back to 18,000. Saw $1,000 get erased immediately, and now it's all back within an hour. Like, I can't make this stuff up, man. It's insanity. They're all watching Bitcoin. You can tell. We're going to go over my positions that I'm in. And then we're also going to go over the news. Okay, Fidelity Investment. So for Bitcoin right now, that's what I just kind of told you what's going on. We don't hold 11.5. This is a bearish retest. And I think, like, it's just we're going to get sucked back, right back to where I was this morning. It's sad, and it's happening right now. People are starting to sell it off. I just... you know, I hate the emotions of these weak hands. Like, it really kind of gets my nerves a little bit. Like, just buy in this back into the gosh damn channel, man. It annoys me. It annoys me. Because this candle could be erased as fast as it was made on this 4 hour. But let's see. We're struggling. We are still getting bought back up. You know, 11.85, 11.485. And then we could range in there. But so that's Bitcoin for the day. I do see a MACD cross coming here on the 4 hour. You know, the blue line crossing through the red. It's that basically when I play that, like right here, we had a big move. Right here, we had a big move. Right there, we had a small move that didn't totally pan out, and we rolled over. So as you can see, look, big move, big move, big move. You can even see as the MACD, look, this one rolled over. The moves were less on the move. This has to reclaim that move, but it could just end up being a rollover as well. The odds are it's a rollover, and we're going down to 10,500. My instincts tell me we're going down to 10,500. I got to be careful. I'm still in these positions. I'm like thinking of closing them. It's just, trading is not easy, man. It's not easy. Trying to get you through the psychological idea of it. Now, see, the thing is, my channel is different than a lot of the crypto channels you watch. My channel is Crypto Lifer. I'm trying to actually bring you through what it's like to live a life in crypto. Like everything I do, and eventually I'm going to show you how I pay my bills and how I actually try to stay out of fiat. And this is more of a philosophical channel as well as it is a technical channel. I'm trying to lead you through a certain way of life. Okay. That's kind of the plan. All right, so we go over Bitcoin. Doesn't seem to be holding this 11.5. Really needed to. We do have a double bottom. We should have a MACD cross. We'll come back to it at the end of the stream. We'll check it. We'll go into some shorter time frames and we give you a better idea of where we're at. Right now, we are being held by the 200-day moving average. We have support at 11.285, 11.300 really. That support needs to hold. We really need to break above 11.500, this green line right here, and we need to stay above it. All right. We can come back in any moment. All right, now let's get into Adam. My friend got into Adam. Good in Adam like 770. Now, I'm thinking he shouldn't be in Adam anymore. If he takes my advice, he really shouldn't be holding it anymore because we would have put a stop loss right here below the trend line. See, I don't see any pink at all on the 4 hour on Adam. See? I don't know what chart you were looking at because we're not in the pink yet, right? See? Here we were in the pink, and that was a nice buy. Boom, right? And I would have sold. So basically for Adam, I have this triangle here, but the stop loss should always be here. Every time. Below the trend line. That's why you don't risk a lot, right? You get in right here or somewhere at the bottom of the trend line and you put a stop loss right here. So you get in at like 8.17 and you get stopped out at 8.8, right? 80 cents would be 10%. So there you can only lose 2.5% on this trade. Now if it went the other way, you'd be up at the top and you'd be riding it the other way. So it would have went this way, okay? Now you got your pink. See that pink? Now would be the entry, honestly. But we are in heavy price discovery. And as I said before, I drew a fib on this. And I wouldn't enter this trade until it got down to the 618, which is down to $4 or the $5, $5.75. This area, maybe even in here. Again, it's a huge coin with a lot of backing. So I said maybe it hits the 386. So $6.50. Again, I'm not a soothsayer. I don't know if it's going to happen for sure, but I like to buy what gives me the best chance of making money, right? So I would have waited for it. This is what I would have. I drew this triangle. I would have either waited for it to break out or I would have bought the bottom of the trend line and I would have put a stop loss very, very low because the idea of drawing patterns, honestly, you got to draw your patterns. Have to stay on a pattern. Have to stay with my checklist. I like all my subscribers basically to follow my system if you'd like, because it's working for me. So the only way I can tell you how to trade is how I trade. There's thousands of other ways to trade, and everyone finds their own system. Eventually you'll find my system and you will tweak it. You will slightly tweak it. Trust me. Because you'll find something that you see, your brain works differently than mine. Eventually you'll find something that works better for your mind, right? Who knows? Maybe your brain works like me. There's probably a few 100,000 people that would trade just like me or very, very similar. But yeah, that's why if you look at every single setup that I'm constantly posting for you guys or that I'm always putting up, there's always a stop loss right below the trend line. And we're always trying to get in right at the breakout. Okay, here's ball, for instance. Okay, I'm still holding ball right now. I'm technically up $285 in ball, 11%. Why did I buy ball? Well, I saw this line was curving. I like to get in. I noticed that the move happens in the pink and the green. See? The pink and the green, pink and the green. So if you wait for the blue line to cross, you lose about half to 30% of the move. So the aggressive buy is always the bottom of the trend line. And then the stop loss is right here. Yeah, you really need to be on the 4 hour to get into a trade. I do not look at anything less than the 4 hour before I enter a trade. Once I decide where I'm at, I then go to smaller time frames to kind of zero. It's like a microscope. It's like to zero in. Smaller time frames are like a telescope. Bigger time frames are like looking at the shore from 100 miles away, but then you can't see what's going on. So you get a telescope and you zoom in and you see the people on the beach. This is kind of the idea here. So I only use and you know what? Maybe I should be going over this stuff even more. I only use the 4 hour. Like the 4 hour is my golden, like you'll see 4 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour. Go to my Twitter. If you go to my Twitter account, okay, and you follow me on Twitter and you look at all my charts, okay, look, Atom, USDT, nulls, right? The 4 hour chart I'm posting, see, 4H. Every single time I'm posting a chart, I'm using the 4 hour. Here's Atom 12 hours ago. So, yeah. So Atom, by the bottom of the trend line, see, but the stop loss would have been right here. Because if it's not going to make it through, it's going to fall through. See what I'm saying? It looks right. Like the trade looks perfect. But that's why the stop loss has to be placed where it's placed every time. And that's why you should lose. And then I go over risk reward ratio. That $10,000 account should only risk $100 a trade. And honestly, that's hard to do. A lot of times people are like, well, the stop has to be, and I'm going to have to. It's really easier to do if you get into these trades that I'm showing you over and over again, because you'll be able to risk less every time. So if you basically took 5 of these trades like I did and you lost 4 of them, you lose $400. But one of them, if you're putting $500 a trade, one of them's got to make you at least the 200 back, right? So my thing is you should probably win 2 out of 5 of the trades if you can. 4 out of 10. You really only need to be 40% profitable for my system to work for you. And once a bull market comes in, you start becoming 80 to 90% profitable. It's insane. Like, it's insane. So yeah, you really want to stick on the 4 hour. I'm trying to show you a point where I will use a smaller time frame. Look, BLZ yesterday. Okay, number one. I use smaller time frames only on coins that are new. And why is that? Think logically. Because a daily candle chart shows me the days. This thing's only been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I can see the days that this is around, I can't get much information from a daily chart. And if I can't get much information from a daily chart, then what's splitting it into 3 with a 4 hour chart, right? Still not. But now, as we get a few more days and we get more action on the MACD, we begin to see more of what's happening. I can't stand this sell off on BLZ. Every time I get to 15, it gets sold off. Look, we got up to 15 here. Boom, we got sold off. I had a double bottom play there. I tried to catch this early. Then I had to sit through this down period. I was down pretty hard a few times, down at 10. This was the immediate buy. Look at it, low on the RSI. If you buy below this dotted line, chances are you're always going to get taken care of. So, and there's so many coins right now that, like, why get into Atom, in my opinion, when it's not. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't the worst trade in the world. It wasn't. It really wasn't, because let's look at it. It was flagging, okay? I had drawn this bull flag. So in my opinion, it was flagging. The red was coming out. We looked like we were going to have a curve, and we were at the bottom of the trend line. You would have been stopped up. Now it's looking better, though. I would hold this trade. I wouldn't get out of this trade right now, because Bitcoin looks like it's trending. But see, that's the thing, though. If Bitcoin falls on you, it's going to take this trade down. It's going to take all the USDT pairs right down with it. It sucks right now. Bitcoin is in a sketchy spot. I have to be honest. Now it's at 11,397. Like, it just was a bearish retest. It got slammed. Like, I should have sold everything right there on that trend line. You know. Hopefully, though, we still are holding on to the idea that this blue line will cross the red line. But damn, man, they sold that whole candle off, like, all the way down, right? Let's see. I'm sad because I knew the 11,500 was a big deal. So you really have to watch Bitcoin. If Bitcoin tanks, it's gonna tank. It's gonna take down all your other alts, and that's really why that stop loss right here is super important. You don't want to hold Atom down to $6.
Which is what we do. We found that we have a lot of great tools at our disposal. The question is, are we using the right tool at the right time? And what we found is that a lot of folks who get involved in this particular method of market analysis kind of latch on to one or more things that can be pretty exciting in terms of the results that they can yield in terms of accurate analysis and helps with trading. But they misapply the tools, and they do the wrong thing, they use the right thing at the wrong time, and so forth. So we've been working on trying to sort some of all of that out, and we're doing a webinar coming up here.
He was in there somewhere. I don't know where he was. So, oh jeez. All right, cool. But again, back to my Twitter feed. The 4 hour is where you want to get in. OMG. The 4 hour chart. 240. And when you see 240, it's 6 times 4, right? 60 hours times 4, right? 60 minutes times 4 is 240 minutes. So when you see 240 up here, you know I'm using the 4 hour chart. Okay? Yeah, you can get really hurt trying to enter on the 1 hour because it'll tell you something that's not true. It'll be like, oh, we have a MACD cross coming. This looks great. But it really might just be a tiny move, and it's not sustainable. And that's why lower time frames are not going to really help you out that much. Really need a larger time frame. Like in my trading group, he will delete charts that are less than 4 hours because he doesn't want people leading beginners into slaughter. You get what I'm saying? So it's that serious, actually. Yeah. You'll start to learn how serious that is. I think you already did, right? And there it goes, my countdown, $400 and a half a beat, dude. Like, it's just Bitcoin just taking those chunks away immediately. Okay. DOT. A lot of people thinking DOT is amazing. See, like, I'm going to show you some other stuff, too, in a second. I'm going to show you a YouTuber that I really, really like. And that's really worth watching. Damn, I think I deleted the video that I had waiting just now because I'll get it back up right now though. See, a lot of people have channels, and I almost want my channel to be like, say I was set up in the street somewhere, like downtown Wall Street, Manhattan, and I had a sign that says altcoin and Bitcoin advice, and people just stop by, and I would spend 10 minutes with them explaining, and then they would give me a tip, and then they would give me a tip, and I would sit there all day just giving them information, trying to get them set up, and then they would give me a tip. I kind of wish that's how my life was like on a live stream. Like I was just always here waiting, and then people would come in and out all day long, and I would just answer questions, and then they would give me a tip. It's kind of like what I wish this live stream was like. You know what I'm saying? But all right, it's right at where I left off at.
To convey it to you.
Now, I'm going to kind of give you guys some like awesome insight right now that could propel you to some really good investing advice later on in your life. Like this will stick with you for a long time. Okay. This guy's a developer. Okay. He works with programs, and he had an issue during developing that was so hard for him to understand and make out. And then he found a cryptocurrency that tackled that issue. He knew how many hours it took, how many people you had to hire, and how hard the issue was to tackle. So he now knows how much value is in this coin, and the coin is Parsec.
Why? One of the things that I found out about Parsec, right? Something about Parsec that I found out, which is going to be a little harder for you guys, is the exact actions that they're doing, these types of actions. We've actually gone through the process of scraping data from blockchains and triggering actions, and we know what that process like. We know what that process is like. And so I've actually, because I'm a developer, I know what this value is, and that's something that I can't quite teach you, right? I can't teach you my years of experience of building products and the headaches that we've experienced, but I can summarize for you some more generic things that you don't have to be an expert to benefit from. And so, with regards to XDAI stake, sure, when it first popped off here at $8, yeah, maybe that's a good entry point. Maybe it was going to come back down to, I guess, I don't know, like 6 or something.
Now he just put a new coin on my radar, and that coin is KDEX. He didn't explain how to spell it, but we are going to try to see what it is. CADEX. Oh, come on. C. And I don't know if it's spelled with a K or a C. eToro Canadian dollar. No, that's Canadian X. I think it's worth trying to figure out what he was talking about.
I don't know, but for me, after I see something that goes up, 100% in a day, that's usually my cue to wait, because typically things cool off, right? Typically things cool off unless they're really amazing, right? Where, of course, XDAI is another bad example, because then it started getting covered by absolutely everybody, and it's just continued to kind of bull upwards. Same with Polkadot, right? Which we'll talk about in a second. But the second narrative, right? So besides the decentralized oracles, would be this is a complete revolution, most incredible charts I've ever seen. And on the right we have volume, and on the left we have liquidity. Look at how much we have the Polkadot narrative. The Polkadot narrative is being driven by the Ethereum DeFi narrative. Without the Ethereum DeFi narrative and the Uniswap narrative, there is no Polkadot narrative, right? Because here we have the Uniswap chart. Now look at this chart. This is one of the most incredible charts I've ever seen. And on the right, we have volume, and on the left, we have liquidity. Look at how much liquidity is being locked up in Uniswap. This is now over $307 million, and every day it's more. Almost every day, without, with a couple of fails, a couple of pullbacks here. And look at this volume. Very regularly topping 100 million, easily now topping 200 million on a given day. And this is a complete revolution in our ecosystem. We've talked about decentralized exchanges for years, but never has one taken off like Uniswap. And because of that, there's now a Uniswap, been absolutely crazy stuff.
Unilayer. I've been getting talks about Unilayer. It was on my radar days ago, like a week ago. And I had just, I got into Parsec. It was my first Uniswap jump in. Let me check where it's at right now, see if it's getting affected by the markets or not. Put $400 into Parsec. How you do it is you create a Coinbase wallet, and not your Coinbase account. It's actually the wallet. And down a little bit, but we're still up at $628. So Parsec is doing really well. It seems to go up and then hold the gains. See, I just told my friend, he was in a stock yesterday. He was in NIO. I charted for him. I said, you're at the top. You're overbought. You made good 30%. I said, I would get out. And my buddy's like, great sell, man, to his friend. It's like, he sold because I told him when to sell. Like, just kind of funny, man. Whatever. I like being an analyst because I can help my friends. My friends are in a coin. They don't know what they're doing. They buy stocks. They have a lot of people I know have no idea, what's going on. And I now can confidently tell them what to do and know that I'm giving them the clearest advice. Like it's like someone who's a beekeeper for years, and then you get you get bees. He's going to be able to tell you so much about how to take care of those bees, right? He may not be 100% right every time, and you might find your own way, but he's going to tell you so much, And I wasn't right. The chart was right. I just read the chart. All right. That's what I say. Everyone's like, you were right again. And I'm like, no, I'm not right. The chart was right. But Unilayer, let's look at it. It's 2,312. It's got a far, far away rank. 24 cents a coin. Okay. 7 days ago. So this thing hasn't popped actually. 23 cents, 25 cents. It's still ranging. In the last month, let's see. Still ranging at 21 cents with a pretty big spike up in the last couple days. So not a lot of talk about it though, and I do see it, and I'm pretty sure you can get it on Uniswap. It has something to do with Uniswap, You sound like the guy from Taken. He said, "I have a particular set of skills." It's very funny. Where are you, man? Where are you, bro? Jump on the live stream, man. We're out here right now. You also bring good energy and ask some great questions. Just come in and ask a good question. You always help out. All right, let's get back into my portfolio, my news, what's going on. Let me see where I'm at. Can we get back above 19,000? 18,962. Playing games with me today. Ball up 191. We were just up 300. BLZ holding its gains. Up 278. And I'm in a band. I'm in band as well. So let's go over all. Let's slow down. But anyway, I just wanted to put Parsec on your radar. I wanted you to put Elio trades. This guy. There's really. I go to DaVinci 15, Crypto Revolution, Crypto, who's kind of in with DaVinci 15, Elio trades, Crypto Love. It's pretty good too. But Elio trades, man, he is coming through. And BitBoy Crypto. Literally, those 5 channels, you go to those 5 channels, and they're kind of hitting it. Like, every other channel is going to basically cover something of their saying, or you're going to get, like, a deep diver who's going to, like, go really deep into other stuff. For the most part, those 4 channels are what I'm going to a lot. I also like Crypto Crew University, this guy. He's not bad.
What up, world? I'm Steve.
I don't mind Steve. Honestly, I spent a lot of time with Steve, you know, on his channel. I've talked to him through email. We've discussed a lot of different ideas. I never joined his trading course because it costs a lot of money. It's like thousands of dollars, right? Like, you're new to crypto, you've been in crypto 2 to 3 years, and he has all these different classes. He has like the gold, the silver, and I'm just like, dude, just which one is it? You know, whatever. He sells a course, man. You know, he's trying to make money. He does it really well, but he also has been trading equity markets since he was like 16. And the guy's like probably almost 40 or in his 40s now. So, or late 30s. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude if I'm messing his age up. But the idea is his channel's great. He breaks things very simply down, and it's worth going to. So, yeah, you go to Crypto University. That's the last one, though, honestly. The first one's BitBoy Crypto and Elio Trades. They're just going to give you the deal. Like, they're going to really hook you up with great info. Okay. Crypto Love is awesome, too. I love that dude, man. Randall. You got to love Randall, man. Randall's the man. Mad funny, too. He's like the funniest dude in crypto, honestly. He's most down-to-earth, funniest guy. All right, so this seems to be holding support here at 596. It makes me kind of want to get into the trade, so let me look at Polkadot on the 5-minute. Okay, it says it's about to roll over. Let's look at it on the 15-minute. It says it's about to roll over. And the 30-minute says we're about to pop, right? Which is a bigger time frame, which gives more cadence and has more truth to it. I do see us holding the support zone. Look, we came down and bounced off it here. Let me delete that. We came down and bounced off it here. Now we're hitting it here again, 596. So if you missed a boat and you want to get into Polkadot, let's see what's going on. I kind of see a bull flag, but we fell out of it with that last Bitcoin, strange Bitcoin move. But we have a bit of a bull flag. We're kind of at the bottom of the trend line. We have the MACD cross coming. It has all my checklists going for it. Bottom of the trend line. Very similar to Atom right now, though. It's like, it's teetering, right? It's gone up so much that it looks very similar to the Atom trade. Yeah, you want to get a Coinbase wallet. Let me show you right now on my phone. I got a Coinbase wallet. I'll show you where it is. It's right here. You see it? Make sure I'm not putting anything I don't want up there. Oh, wait. It's not showing it. There. Wait. Oh, this doesn't really work. I guess you have to be like, I have to walk behind the phone. Oh, no, I'm gone now. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, but Coinbase wallet, man. It's the circle with a square in the center. All right? Not your Coinbase with the C. It just has a circle with a square in it. I think you can kind of see it right here. I don't know, though. Monarch wallet. I like to push the Monarch wallet as well. Pretty cool. But yeah, sketchy trade, honestly. As much as I like it, it's up too much. I don't know. It's also bearish divergence playing out. Let me show you bearish divergence, hidden bearish divergence real quick. Price action's up here. High. Lower high. So you draw your line. Price action's on a low. Higher low. You draw your line. That tells you the price is about to collapse. Okay? When the RSI is peaking down, but the price is peaking up, that tells you that the price will go down. That's called hidden bearish divergence. Let's check divergence for you guys. You got to learn your divergence. So I'm about to put a link and give you guys a divergence chart because you need it. You need it. If you're not playing with divergence, I'm taking your money. Because I know something you don't. Get it? I know something you don't. Here's the divergence chart cheat sheet, okay? You have regular divergence, you have hidden divergence, and you have exaggerated divergence. There's 3 types, and then you have bearish and bullish. So you have 6 types of divergence, okay? Here is hidden bearish divergence. And here, this was regular bearish divergence, right? The price action was going up, but the RSI was going down. The price should go down. Look, price action was going up, the RSI was going down. We had it on the MACD too, right? See that? Boom, the price went down. Pretty interesting, right, guys? So you can use these indicators to make money. And divergence is really one of the best ways to make money. I have to be like, I can't say it enough. Because beginner traders don't see it. And then they panic sell into you buying, or they panic buy into you selling, right? They don't see what you see. So it sets up, it's like setting a trap for an animal, right? We're all trading against each other here. Whenever you lose money, someone's taking your money from you in the trade. When you sell, someone's buying. When you buy, someone's selling. You may be buying someone's bags that they've held for months on profit, and then you may be going down. So divergence, the guy who knows divergence is taking advantage of you because you don't know any better, and he does. So the deeper this game gets, the more you have to learn. And I'm sure there's tons of other things I don't know that head traders know, and they're able to trade circles around me as well. And there's levels to this. So the deeper I got in, the more I can make money off the new beginner traders. Like now I can make money off anyone who's really only traded for like 3 to 4 years, because I have like 8 years deep in. And as I get further in, like 8 years from now, I'll be able to take money from people like me. Now, you get it? Because then I won't, and so forth and so on. Now, study these divergences. I play them to a T, and they play out pretty well. Okay? I'm going to see if I can find any divergence on Bitcoin right now, because it could give us a sign. Here, the price is going as the same here. Here, the price is going the same. No divergence. Wow, look at that Bitcoin, man. It went all the way to 11,594 on a 30-minute candle, and then just mirrored the candle exactly and pooped the bed. Like, come on, Bitcoin, man. Hit that 200-day moving average on the 1 hour and was like, nope. But we are still getting held by that 200-day moving average. We're about in the same place we were at, but down 100. Kind of where we started in the morning. A little bit better, but BLZ, dude. Why you do this to me? Like, I should just be taking profits every single time. Yeah. This is an annoying coin. Like, it doesn't have, you know what? It just doesn't have the volume. And whoever's in it is like so quick to sell it. Like the second they're up, they're like, oh, I'm going to take that money. I'm going to take that money. Must be institutional traders pumping this and just getting out immediately. Every time I'm up $300, like I'm like, all right, I'll wait a second, and then I'm down. I'm only up $100. Like it's happened like 7 times in the last 3 days. It's been annoying, man. It's been really annoying. I'm about to close the trade and just give up on this one because it's annoying me. Like even if it goes to $1,000, I don't care. It's pissing me off, you know. All right, so Bitcoin still holding that band. Let's check band. They're all gonna take that Bitcoin down, but let's look at band right now on the 4 hour. We had buy the breakout of the wedge. We're now in what's called a bull flag. Very bullish pattern for band. Okay. Look for band to keep ranging in these zones and to boom out. Temporary target just for this is about here at like 1641, and then my main target for the overall beginning of this channel is 1758. So far, this trade is going exactly to plan. We bought at the bottom of the trend line, aggressive buy. Right here at 1045, lower on the RSI. We had a MACD cross coming. The checklist was there. Okay, everything on my checklist has been checked off, and then boom, there we go. So we go from there. Let's look at the big winners in my list today. Edo, which I have Edo. Interesting. I have Edo, but I think it got delisted on Binance, so I have it. But I can't do a dang thing with it. Pretty sure I have Edo. Yeah, EDO. And how much Edo do I have? It won't even show me what it's worth. But I have 128 of them, and they're up today. This is stupid, man. Cha-cha-cha-cha. All right. I sold Doc at the top. I'm going to take you through my portfolio right now, just so you can see where I'm at and what I'm into. We got FET. Now, why FET? Let me get into why I'm into FET right now. Try to give you guys a nice setup for FET. Okay. Here we go. FET had an amazing run-up. There's talks about FET being added to Coinbase, number one. FET also is launching a huge mainnet. It has a lot of news. Okay? A lot happening with FET. If we go to Twitter, let's look up FET, which is Fetch AI. So it's artificial intelligence. That's what you have to remember. I'm not even following. So they're having the MTLX token launch. Okay? MetaLX. We're excited to share more details about you with the FET HA-powered decentralized commodities trading platform, MetaLX. Learn more about the MetaLX token in this new article. Let's do a little deep dive for you guys into FET. I love FET. I've traded it many times in the last... It was one of the first trades I ever made. I made $600 off it, like in October. Pretty cool. Okay. I haven't signed up to Medium yet. Announcing MTLX token. In recent months, we've been building and testing the MetaLX platform, and now it's time to bring our community into the launch of the system. MetaLX is a decentralized crypto and commodities derivatives trading platform built using Fetch AI technology. MetaLX is built on top of the Fetch AI network and will use the network for efficient and intelligent market making and pricing oracles and interoperability with Ethereum. FET will be employed as network fees, and portions of MetaLX fees will be used to buy back FET. We are now ready to launch, with FET holders receiving the first pool of MLX tokens via a staking pool mechanism, which will earn MTLX tokens as a reward. The FET holders will be the first people to receive the MTLX tokens before any other participants. The MetaLX staking pool, along with the UI, will be launching on or around the 3rd of September after the current Fetch AI staking round ends to enable all existing supporters to benefit from this distribution. Fetch AI staking will resume in late September with a new flexible, easy-to-use system set to be announced. That will probably pump the price as well. So I think you should hold FET until, the second week of October, because it's looking you're going to get a lot of news that it's going to propel this coin. Now let's get into another thing. And what if the news is coming out after it already pumped? Look, they waited for it to reserve, and then they came up with the news. You think they weren't looking at the charts somewhat and decided that the news would help the chart? I don't know. Again, we pulled our fib. We're in the 0.5, which is golden pocket. Basically, is the golden pockets between the 0.618 and the 0.5, and we already kind of got in there. Accumulation. This is where institutions and smart money would be getting in. Okay, they don't get in when me and you used to get in, little guys. They know. They're looking at Fibonacci. So now I have divergence to my tools. I have Fibonacci to my tools. I have even just the basic MACD RSI to my tools. You see, every few months, I'm adding more to my trading weaponry, right? Now, this is why I would get into FET right now, because it's bouncing, showing heavy support. Here was resistance, fell through, resistance, support now. Interesting, right? Is this an SR flip? See, this area here was where it couldn't get through. Now it's becoming support. Previous resistance becomes new support. Happens a lot. So I like FET right now. A lot of big news coming. I would enter FET. Really, I would dollar cost average maybe. If you want to get $1,000 into FET, I would put $250 in today. Again, this isn't financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only, as it's written in the disclaimer of my description. But if you were to entertain yourself with my ideas, why not go for it, right? XRP Muser, open that paper trading account. Buy $5,000 worth of FET. See what happens, FET's going to run up again. It's going to eclipse its all-time high, and it's going to be at like 20, 25 cents by the end of September. looking for it to go over 100%. Put it on your radar. Put it on a whiteboard. Think about it. FET. Okay. As you can see, it's my first coin. FET. Ball is my next position. Okay. Ball USDT. This has been doing similar. We hit my target. Should have got out of 2668. Haven't been taking my targets lately because I had a second target up here and I wanted to get there. So I'm being patient. And now we're kind of flagging a little bit. Oh, that was latent, so I didn't see it move. So now we're kind of doing this. Or almost like a falling wedge flag. I don't know, it's weird. Can almost omit that pump and turn that into a flag. We do have the MACD cross coming on the 4 hour, which means more downside. Not good. Not good. Hopefully it could sputter off and pump up again, but you got to take that for what it's worth. 2480. I'm in the trade somewhere in here in like 23. I bought at 23.25. So I did everything textbook, man. Aggressive buy, bottom of the trend line, 23.21. Got all the way up to 27 or 20. Yeah, I think we hit 27 on the dot, almost 26.96. My take profit was set at 27.75. Would have hit. I should have been so greedy, right? I should have been a little less. Let me see where my take profit is. It's at 19%. Had I put it at 15%, I would have been out of this trade for 300 already, and we could move on, have some capital freed up. It's getting annoying, actually. Last 2 days have been annoying. I have to be honest with you guys. It's just like, come on. Like, either go down or go up. Like, do something. Like, stop playing in this, like, little place, right, with my emotions in my mind. Like, but that's why I use charts. You set stop losses, and you don't trade on emotion. You just don't, you know. You use it. Like, if you're up big and you're feeling good, you should use that. Tell yourself, you know what, maybe I should get out. So, stuff like that. But for the most part, no. CHZ. I got into CHZ on an oversold bounce idea, which I usually don't do. I was trying something my mentor was teaching me, and it's now lower than I got in at. I got in at 15,200. So I'm down $70 trying to do an oversold bounce. Something I never do. You know, trying to take someone else's idea and use it my own way. We were oversold. I looked at how many times we were oversold, and if I made that buy, would have made money eventually. Made this buy, would have made money eventually. Made this buy, would have made money. And made this buy, would have made money. So I decided if you made money in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, then why wouldn't this time be just as good? But now it looks like it wants to go a little lower. Which, you know what? Fine, do it, man. Come down here. Come down here. Because you know what? This thing is only a matter of time for it to blow. Getting in down here, smart move. Way less downside, way less potential for upside, especially in a bull market. We also have the 618 fib, which is right here. So we're in the golden pocket. I have a lot of stuff going on. Let me show you guys. When I call the golden pocket is I drew what's called a Fibonacci. Take the VPVR off. It really bothers me. I draw what's called a Fibonacci tool, and that's this tool here. And you can get it on Training View here on the right. No, it's on right here. Fib retracement right here. Boom. I bring it down in here and I create all my like favorites. So I pulled the fib retracement. I saw we're at the 618 down to the 706. This is like a secret fib that Jacob Canfield taught me. Not many people use it, but he says he sees it a lot in crypto, so I added it. Check that link I just sent you. To where? Where did you send the link? Into my my text message? My one friend says he doesn't have a key to his house, and he's in the area, and he needs to print something. And his house is 40 minutes away. And I said, sure, send it to me and I'll print it for you. Okay, I just got link. Now, we knew we had the Fed meeting today. That was huge. And we knew that was going to mess with gold and a bunch of different things. So this is in USA Today. Yeah, Nikolai, when you send me links, please just send them to my Twitter. Just tweet them at me, man, because then I can hit the link and I can get moving with it, you know? I said it to a lot of my subscribers, like, yo, just go to the Twitter, because they won't let you post a link into this chat. But just hit the Twitter, at me on Twitter. What are you on Instagram? What's your Oh, they are. I mean, Mike Maloney already told us what's going to happen. And that's why I've been pushing the Mike Maloney video on almost every single live stream. Got to go to Mike Maloney's and the Hidden Secrets of Money. And that's honestly, even Da Vinci, everything I've learned is coming full circle. Okay? You go to this guy's YouTube channel. Now, this dude is the man. Da Vinci 15, okay? He was buying Bitcoin at $1, at $1, okay? I have a video I've put on my channel, okay? I'm just trying to leave you guys breadcrumbs so you know where to go. I could pass away tomorrow, man. Right? And then what are you going to do? You go all the way back to when my channel first began. And there's a video I have here. Cardano automated sales, best coin, the crypto life for live stream. Basically, this guy, Da Vinci 15, was telling people to buy Bitcoin at $1. Okay? I'm trying to find that exact spot. Probably included it in a live stream somewhere. I think that's what I did. Yeah. Great. It's in there. But anyway, this is why I follow him. He has been amazing. And, of course, right here, when I get into his live stream.
Bitcoin price at $1 million. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
$1 billion.
Fidelity Digital Asset validates a model that predicts Bitcoin price at $1 million by 2022. Fidelity expects Bitcoin to outperform gold after 2024 because of the stock-to-flow ratio. It will be the most scarcest asset on Earth in the history of human race. Nsulo 2528. Boom. There's my guy. This account doesn't exist. See that? Nsulo 2528. Not sure what's going on. But yeah. All right. You'll see a lot of crazy stuff on Twitter. Anyway, my recent video that I just put out was where to put your crypto profits. And basically I was thinking, what am I going to do when I go to cash out? Hi, I'm the Crypto Lifer. Welcome to my... And basically, you can go to this video, and I'm just going to teach you about gold-backed cryptocurrencies, things you could get into, and I don't want to spoil it because it's good information there, but check it out. Oh, that's your Instagram. Yeah. No, but Twitter. You have a Twitter feed? You got a Twitter? That way you can tweet me. I need you, man. I need you tweeting me the news. USA Today. Fed chairman. Fed chairman announces landmark policy to shift spur inflation. Yeah, they're going to spur inflation. Like, I was reading this earlier. Team XRP. There we go. Is this you? That's you. Yeah. So just, tweet at me, man. Tweet at me links. You find something cool, tweet me the link, and then I'll hit the link, send it right into the show seamlessly. I tweeted you a link, bro, and I'll bring it through. Fed announces landmark policy shift to spur inflation, job growth, keeping rates low longer. The Federal Reserve on Thursday adopted a historic shift in its approach to interest rate policy that places more emphasis on boosting employment and allows inflation to rise above the Fed's 2% target during economic expansions, keeping rates lower for longer. In the current COVID-19 induced economic downturn, the new long-awaited policy likely would keep rates near zero for several more years. See, this woman, Lynette Zhang, if you don't follow her, check her out. I was able to connect a lot of dots throughout the years with YouTube. But Lynette Zhang, man, IMT Trading, she's in it.
This particular report. This is what happened with interest rates and inequality when the last shift happened 1913. That's 1916. So your roaring 20s. So again, as interest rates go down, inequality is going up because the wealth is shifting to assets that the wealthy own. Economics reinvents itself. This was back in May of 2019.
All the wealth is shifting into gold, right?
Economics reinvents itself every few decades. It's happening now. I have said this since day one. 2008, the system that we knew died. It died. And this whole block of time has been getting ready for this reset.
Yep. See?
They moan
I get
that
goosebumps.
inflation has not really hit their target. Couldn't even generate 2% inflation with all that money printing. Yeah. Where did that inflation go? It went into asset prices.
Do you get it? Now, prices need to go down. If prices go down, more people will spend. The economy will recover. But they're going to keep printing money and they're going to raise prices. And psychologically, to poor people, they're not going to spend. And it's going to shrink the economy again. You get it? Now, okay, we'll raise inflation, so we'll put more and more money in to the market, right? How the hell is inflation not going up if they're putting more and more money in the market? Like she's saying, because it's going into gold, it's going into stocks. It's not going into the actual economy. It's going into assets that the rich own. Like
fiat asset prices, by the way. And lots of leverage and lots of borrowing.
This lady knows exactly what she's talking about.
I'm going to read this piece. It takes a trauma to shake up economics. After the Great Depression and again during the stagflation of the 70s, new orthodoxies emerged. Something similar may be underway now. A decade after the financial crisis, as economists and investors start to wonder if it's time for a different approach. You think?
You think?
Yeah, it's time for a different approach.
Yeah.
But I don't like the approach that they have in mind. That's going to be beyond my control. That's beyond your control. What is within your control is whether or not you are prepared for this shift.
Yeah,
Because
she's the
this
best.
is also what creates those opportunities.
This lady.
History always repeats. This was just from CNBC. Interesting that the dollar is now behaving like gold did in the 20s and 30s. Well, what did gold do in the 20s and 30s? But it required fiscal responsibility. Well, they took care of that one, didn't they? No more fiscal responsibility for any governments or central bankers. Mm-hmm. So what's the dollar do? Because the dollar has almost no value. I mean, this is what they show us as the dollar. This is the dollar index. So fiat to fiat. And what I want to point out to you is a series of declining highs, right? Lower and lower highs. I don't care what you're looking at. Technically speaking, when you get a series of lower and lower highs, at some point you get lower and lower lows. And that's what we see in the dollar index against other currencies. But that's not really the one that impacts you and me on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, because we have Bretton Woods and we put everyone else in the US dollar.
It's our purchasing power, what we can buy with those dollars. So this is the long term since the Fed took control in 1913. Okay, I mean, we have way less than 3 cents left out of the remaining purchasing.
Isn't that crazy? We have 3 cents left from the dollar, like since 1920. Like
our value. This is since 2008, and this is current. Yet again, another new low. And I gotta tell you, that's official. That means that in reality, and just think about yourself and your pocketbook, it feels a whole lot worse than that, because really, it is. There's benefits to...
Look at this. 1998, like this is why you have to buy Bitcoin. I keep explaining this to people. Like, it's so obvious to me. You're going to be in an asset that has the least stock to flow ratio than gold. And gold was the only safe haven that existed.
To governments, because they get to tax you without having to go through...
I think people think that someone my age couldn't have understood this. Like, my friends don't think I'm intelligent enough to figure out everything that I figured out. But dude, I took in so much information in the last 10 years and I figured it out. Like, I did the math, and the math doesn't lie. So the math will take you, the math will save you.
Through legislation and make it visible. And there are benefits to corporations because they can pay you more nominally when in reality they're actually paying you a whole lot less, because how is inflation gauged anyway? It's based on goods and services. So,
so the rich can go into assets that don't. The only time they come to pay you is when they go into the currency and they give it to you. Now, if you're making 80 grand a year and in 5 years you get 85,000, you're not making any raise. You're not getting a raise.
More money for up at the top.
I worked for 10 years in the same industry, and my pay went from like 17 to like 1850, man. And I was in a union getting protected.
So I don't remember off the top of my head, but I just did this, so I'll be pretty close. So the average CEO to workers' compensation, well, back in 71, it was like 20 to 1. Now it's like 350 to 1, and in some cases, it's many thousands to 1.
Yeah, so the little guy's been getting screwed more and more and more and more every year.
Those CEOs really worth it? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. But the point that I want to make before I go to the next slide is that the dollar keeps restrictions because it's 1.00. They can't go below that 00. So they got to get rid of cash to enable them to attack your principal kind of invisibly, like inflation did with the dollar and the dollar's purchasing power. And I'm sorry, but...
All right, so the reason why I don't want to spend too much time on other people's content, but this is what I do. As a crypto lifer, I spend the hour, 40 minutes watching her channel. I don't watch every single one of her stuff, but I go through IMT trading. I know what they're up to, and I go over what she says. Her and George Gammon, kind of like, you couple their information together, and you will have a good idea of where we're headed and the health of our system. He shows you deep dives into like basically what's really happening. You know, he talks why the U.S. won't be Japan, jet debt jubilee, the fourth turning helicopter money, you know, helicopter drops, right? That's from Mike Maloney. Rick Rule on the future of gold, uranium, copper, coal. He has the Rebel Capitalist, which is a show once a week he does. The guy's awesome, man. Just give you a kind of an idea.
The
of who
Rebel
he is.
Capitalist Show.
I want to do a similar show like this one day.
It gives me a great deal
Like,
of pleasure to welcome someone back to the restaurant.
He's with Peter Schiff.
Open, but not on Sundays, only for takeout. And
yeah, banks close one day a week. Scumbags.
they're at 25% capacity, only outdoor seating, and no alcohol. So I mean, it doesn't even make a sense. I mean, if they're going to let people go to a restaurant, why can't they order a drink? I mean, what's the big deal? But it seems like they're deliberately trying to make sure that restaurants can't make any money. And of course, when you come to Puerto Rico, you need to prove that you've had a swab COVID test within 3 days of your visit. Right. Otherwise, you have to quarantine yourself for 2 weeks, or the length of your stay. So to the extent that anybody was thinking about coming to Puerto Rico, they're going to rethink that once they realize the restrictions that they're going to be subjected to.
I mean, I think what most people are maybe is going through their mind right now is, wow, I wonder if Peter is second guessing his decision to move to Puerto Rico for Act 2022. And I know I'm kind of right there with you with the Act 2022. What are you thinking? just on a personal level.
No. I mean, I'm not second guessing at all. And, they actually have mandatory masks. You have to wear a mask anywhere in public or you get a $100 fine for that. But look, COVID's not going to last forever, but high taxes in the U.S. probably will. So, I'm fine with my decision to move in Puerto Rico. And there are a lot of things I like.
And I really like both their channels. They're really, really awesome. They give a lot of data. They hit you hard. But Fidelity Digital Asset validates model that predicts Bitcoin price at $1 million. They're jumping on the bandwagon. Why? In my opinion, they saw something. They saw a repo market. Like, they have friends. They know the system of the banks. They maybe saw a weak bank. They saw something. And they said, holy shit, we're in for a bad collapse. And if this collapse happens, it's going to send the price of Bitcoin up. And they did the math. And they said, dude, wow. And yeah. So with that being said, I think they had to come out and publicly say something. Because they said if we don't publicly, because right now, for years, we've been the head standard, Fidelity, hedge funds, we've been the head standard. My parents use Fidelity. So we can't lose the trust we have with our customers. If we don't say anything and Bitcoin skyrockets, they're going to be like, well, you guys were the watches of it all. And you didn't say a damn thing. You suck. I want to take all my money out. So they were like, dude, we're going to come out and make a bold statement. Because they know something is guaranteed to happen, or they wouldn't have said this. You got to read between the lines here, guys. It's not just like me and you saying something. When a company with that many people behind it, with that much, honor, and that many people's money they've been holding for that long, for them to come out and say something like this, they're covering their own ass. I mean, they know it's going to happen, and they know if they don't say it, people are going to call them out as not being experts of financial advice. So if you don't look into this now, I said Bitcoin was going to be $1 million over and over again. I never went against what McAfee said. Yeah, they will roll out news like this when they are set up to profit from it. Of course, they were telling you not to buy Bitcoin 18 months ago, telling you it wasn't a good idea. Come on, man. I don't know if you guys see MasterCard has a deal with IOTA. Right? MasterCard brings data storage patent that explores IOTA Tangle for payment. The Tangle. Now, IOTA is different than a blockchain. It's a tangle. It's a collection of computers talking all the time and like recessing. A tangle, basically, they speak to each other. And they speak to each other, and each computer tells the next one what the last one told it. And if that keeps happening, then they each know what each knows, and it becomes an entanglement. It's pretty crazy. I can't fully explain it to you. I could if I really sat down and dealt with it, but why not explicitly mention IOTA, the most popular blockless distributed ledger technology, DLT, whose enterprise is the Tangle. The approval is exciting for IOTA supporters, especially since the authors Fang Hui and Huang Duo and Jonathan Benson emphasized the Tangle, albeit mentioning the blockchain as an alternative. The patent can be based on the blockchain or the Tangle. However, the patent authors throw their weight behind their Tangle, which is mentioned 17 times through the document. MasterCard went on to describe the Tangle as direct acyclic graph, as a directed acyclic graph, a DAG, for storing transactions. Highly scalable, the system was first introduced by Sergey Popov and is available from iota.org. So MasterCard priority is transparency and auditability. MasterCard is, however, open and could opt for any transparent ledger system as long as it's customizable according to their needs while offering distinct advantages over traditional methods. These technologies are insane. The future is going to be pretty awesome. No, it really is, man. It really is. Market not doing good. Let's get back into the market. I lost everything again. I started at 18. I started at 19.3 today. Hour later, I was at 18. Then I was back to 19.3. Now I'm at 18.5. I can't. This isn't for the weary, man. This isn't for the weary. Breaking back down into the pattern. Ugliness. Take profits, man. Almost every single time. Just keep taking profits. BLZ back to 14. Doing all right, though. Hasn't been at 14 in a while. Seems to break through this resistance right here. This could become new support. I'd like to see that shift. We went as high as 15, though, and now we're teetering. We do not want to go back down here. We really want to see this 13 level hold. Yeah, it's bearish retest, man. That's what we call it. Came up, and it's just a bearish retest. And that's telling us that we're going to dump really hard soon. I hate to say it. Look, more red. We didn't even get the cross in the MACD like we were supposed to. Like it was supposed to cross right there. Instead, we're going to get a double whammy, a double red. Ah, man. And look, last time we were all the way done, boom. We went from 11.8 all the way to 11.4. So we should have another $400 move. Look for 10,900, 10.9, which is heavy support. Flip back up to 11. Hopefully we can sit at 11.1. Altcoins can recover, and while Bitcoin ranges, and then it's going to make that dump to 10. But I swear 10.5 is coming, and then the 9.8. And then we're going to fill that CME gap, and we're going to be on our way. I really don't want it to happen, but as a trader, I think it's going to. Like the charts are telling me that's what's going to happen. Adam at 716, dude, getting beat down. You hope that this pink comes out, but you're not. I hate to say it, man. You didn't put yourself in the best spot, and it pisses me off because I feel like it's my fault because I'm supposed to make sure that you're not in a bad spot. But anyway, you'll be all right. Doc, took profits on Doc. I sold at 3.1. See, it went all the way to 3.5. I didn't get all the way, but I didn't lose either, right? I still be at a double up. I went in at 0.14. But I don't like watching money that I have lose. Everyone's like, oh, but what about the capital gains? I'm like, well, you could hold it for 2 years and forget about it. Or you could trade it. So you could hold it for 2 years and make 200 grand. Or you could trade it and make 300 grand. I guess then you give them 100 grand, you're not making the same amount of money. But you learn a lot more than if you just did something else. So you'll be able to pull money out of the market over and over again. All right. I'm going to check the traditional markets just for a second because they're a caveat to what's happening at all times. Dow Jones up $241. I said it was going to hit my target here at 29,300. I called it with the MACD cross. It's on its way, and I'm going to stick to that. Once we get there, I'll reassess. I'm really a short-term prediction manager here. 29,402. Okay. So far my prediction for the Dow is 100% right. So if you played it, you hit it. We were in a bull pattern, bull flag, break out of the bull flag. 70% of the move, even if we only get there, I basically hit that one pretty right on. Gold, 1922, falling down out of nowhere with this Fed meeting. It's kind of strange. You think gold would be up today with the type of inflation. Manipulation, in my opinion. I'm actually going to put on this market cipher B, and it shows you where manipulation is. It should show you a yellow X and be like, that's manipulation. Yeah, I don't see it. It couldn't pick it up. But like, there's manipulation. Look, a yellow X. See? Let's see what Bitcoin says. See, when you buy Bitcoin, is you have a big wave, and then you have a shorter wave. I'm trying to teach you how to use these waves. Boom. Wave to a shorter wave, you buy. Boom. Look, it came up. Right? We have a big wave. I'm going to get into teaching you guys this one day. This is market cipher. This is some other shit. It's a big wave to a little wave. Look, price boomed up. Okay? Now you have a little wave to a big wave. Price did boom up too. Sweet. But that's not how it's supposed to play though. It's supposed to be a big wave to the little wave right there. Price boomed up. See it? It basically shows you buy bottoms, and that's what these little circles are too. They're bottoms. See that circle? Buy that circle. Bottom. This thing basically does all the things I'm showing you, but it does it for you. It shows you divergences. It shows you hidden divergences. It shows you bullish divergences. It basically shows you where all the things are. And it gives you more of a fact of the matter of it. How I don't like to teach you guys that until you have mastered the basics is because then you won't understand what that's automating. And you'll be making trades and not knowing, and you'll be making money, and you really won't be knowing why. I mean, I guess you'd be like, well, I use this and it works, but I like to know the meat and potatoes behind what's actually happening, right? On the daily, Bitcoin says it has not too much down and we could turn. So the daily's not too bad. 12 hours says we're about to pop too. Look, a lot of pink. Can't handle it much longer. That tells me that maybe 11,200. I don't think the measurement of the move is kind of falling down too. We have a falling wedge on the RSI. Bitcoin is in a falling wedge. Like, whenever I get scared, I just go back to my, we are in a falling wedge. 68% chance of a break to the upside. See, the target of the wedge is the base of the base. So if we can break out of this wedge, holding support at the 21, we could get back to 2,500. So trying to set up a bullish case for you guys as well. If we can consolidate here and then break out of the wedge, we have a chance to get back to 12,450. So we'll see. I'm going to leave you guys there. Gold at 1920. I still sticking to it. Bottom of the trend line. I still think it's going to pop. Get up here to this 2240 region, and we'll see from there. All right. And let's hit silver, because silver's been making some moves. 2687. I think silver, see, everything was on its way. I feel like liquidity has been sucked. Something happened, man, to the market. I guarantee if I look at the total market cap on CoinMarketCap, I guarantee we saw a shrink. I'm just feeling it because everything else in the world got shrunk. How could that not shrink? Yeah, 353. We were at 355. Look at it. In the last day. Look at the... I knew that happened. Look, I knew it. Look. They sucked a nice $4 billion out of the market today. Right at 9 in the morning. Right at market open, dude. Right, like 9:30 on the dot. Look at that. Right when the market opens. So these guys play crypto. Second the market opens, they sell their crypto. They move back into the stock market, right? Like, someone knows something, and it has something to do with the Fed meeting, and it's kind of all intertwined. Shit is a bit shady right now. Things are a bit shady today. All right, guys. I hope you had a good time on the show. I'm signing off. Got a bunch of other things to do today. But yeah, I put out a video earlier today. I'm going to try to put out videos, not just live streams. Yeah, stick to that 4 hour, man. Please do not hurt yourself anymore. Please. I can't believe I didn't see. You know what? It was so obvious to me that I was doing that, and I never made it clear to you. I didn't realize that you didn't see that, and I apologize for that. But yeah, man, the 4 hour. Tell you, my trading group will delete a chart. Yeah, it went up to 360 out of nowhere. See? Yeah. I'm sorry about Adam. You could hold it. It can't. Like I said before, I think it should come back down to the 618 and the 0.5, which is 575. Which I actually, at the beginning, didn't think that was possible. But that's what the charts, sometimes the charts say things to you, they seem impossible. Your mind, because your mind is, no, it's up at $8 to $9. There's no way. It would never go to $6 again. Impossible. The chart will tell you, man. The chart will tell you. Look, this one went from 4 all the way to 8, right? Let's look at FET. When in doubt. And the more you trade, the more you're going to see things because other charts are going to teach you. Look at FET. So that went from 4 to 8. Look, FET went from 2 cents all the way to 17 cents. All right? And let's just take the double, right? There's 17, 18, let's back to 9. So this is what we just, because I'm trying to equate this to the chart we just looked at. It went from 4 to 8, 100%. This is going to go from 9 to 18. That's 100%. And look, it came all the way back down to 10 again. When it was at 18, you thought, oh, I'll never see 10 again. But you know what? If you drew a Fibonacci retracement on it, you would have said, you know what? The 0.5 fib is sitting at 10. Should come back down, right? So we do the same thing with Adam. And we take our emotions out of it. And I did pull a fib. I pulled the fib from like back here, this line here, which was at 2.4. And 2.4 to 8, that's a 4x too. So it's very similar to FET. So FET, remember, was 2 to 18. It did a 9x. This goes 2 cents to 8. It did a 4x. And it should retrace back down to this 0.5. Okay? And then even the golden pocket is in the 0.6, which would be $5. Adam. And I was trading Adam in October. Okay? Let me show you this on the daily. Another thing I got to show you. I was trading Adam in October. Also, way more USDT pairs than there were a year ago. I don't know why this won't show me Adam before Oh no, it's probably May of. Yeah, May of 19. So look, here we are in October. Atom was at, basically at like $6-7 a coin, and it went all the way back down to $2 to $3. So it's done this before. Only thing I do see right here though is a giant double bottom. This is interesting. Bottom. Huh. Target for that double bottom. There you go to the top of the W, which is in line with this. That puts Atom up at $10. Because we're doing Satoshi. So 10,000 Satoshi. If Bitcoin hit 10,000, it would be 10,000. But it's actually like $11, $12. So, just interesting. It's a bullish case in the long term for Atom. Right? You can see the double bottom again there. So, yep. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to my channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Have a great day. Peace. If I could find the window, I had so many windows open. I have no idea where the window is that controls the stream. Right? I'd like to get off. If I could get off. But we don't know. I do so much research. That should be it right there. There it is. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. And remember, crypto is life. If you came to my channel,